A guest in studio this morning to talk more about vocational education, to talk about youth development, to talk about what a Liberian can do in Liberia. Most often, we believe that Liberians are not contributing much, are not doing much to empower themselves. But Francis Vani is an example of what a true, typical Liberian can do, and still help to develop and impact the country in so many different ways. So we have in studio Mr. Francis Vani. He's the head of the For Life Zoe. It's a vocational training institution and built with and by himself. And he's making some progress in showing that so many young Liberians have vocational education, and not just that, but also empower young Liberians as well to becoming who they want to be. Well, Francis, welcome.
It's an honor to be here, and it's always a pleasure to come and sit in this studio to talk about our latest progress and how far we have come as it relates to the vocational education. And the good thing is, every time I come here, we have already knew something in the making, and that's a good thing to be here, Tama. I appreciate the invites.
Good. It's always my pleasure having you on the show because you making some progress, and you are an example of so many young people, so many of us. That if you can do it, another young person can do it. And you also serve as a motivation to so many people who want to go into a private life to support young people. But let's talk about For Life. So you say you have some new interventions so far. You want to tell us about that?
Yes, the first thing in For Life, we say we refuse to be limited. When we started 2016 back then, I noticed that in Liberia, to see a typical Liberian doing satellite work was difficult. So our goal here is to see those areas that we don't have Liberians doing these things and train them to take over. For Life, so intent is to take over the entire country with Liberians doing all of the works. We don't want to see other people taking our jobs for us. So we established a satellite program and we train about 1,000+ young men and women. Now if you get to DSTV, you see all For Life graduates. You get to SATCON, you get to all of those areas, you see For Life graduates there. Now, at times go back, in For Life, we refuse to be limited, so we improve on the security camera, solar panel, and so many programs. Now, we notice that in Liberia, we have a serious problem. So, for me, as a CEO, I look for a problem within Liberia and establish a program for that